It's time for your daily crypto update with Framework Fortune Crypto. I'm your host Ben. Now let's dive in. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of the market hanging out around these areas of support still. Not really any big changes. Did get a little bit of buying, holding it above these previous lows, so that is nice. But we are in this little short term, in this little downward channel that Bitcoin is going to have to break out of the top of, and basically you can see the top of this downward channel is the 200-day moving average. So it is coming down closer. It's down to 35 now, which is good because we did break over 35 a couple of times. So from this bounce, Bitcoin needs to break the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. If that doesn't happen, we will see 30,000. If it drops out of this, we'll see 30,000, and we could see even lower. So it's going to be make or break what happens out of this sloping channel here. Ethereum dropped under 2,000. Currently is right under 2,000, but didn't quite drop as low as last time. So that's a good sign. Buyers are already coming in. We just need to see 2,000 hold, and we're almost to that tip for a breakout over all EMAs and this big downtrend for Ethereum to maybe start making its way back up finally. So we're getting very close to a tipping point either way in the market. Now, the stock market had a bit of a pullback today. It did rebound some, but more investors are starting to get nervous about inflation. CPI index just popped up. We've got higher inflation. The Feds were saying it's transitory. You got some old Feds who don't work there anymore saying that this is not transitory. My argument against it is transitory means transition. So how can you tell if inflation is transitory if it hasn't made a transition yet? Right? So confidence is being lost in the Federal Reserve very slowly as things are progressively getting worse on the data side, even though the mainstream narrative is everything is getting better. With cryptos being down and the stock market being so high, I think we may see that money come out of the stock market and come into cryptos, especially if cryptos continue to retrace down to even lower levels before the stock market crash happens or correction. That would be the type of catalyst for a whole lot of money to come out of the stock market and have to go somewhere else. Can't guarantee anything in investing, but I am willing to say that some bit of that money that comes out of the stock market will come into cryptos. So for my Cardano peeps out there, we're still looking good. Nothing crazy happening on it. Staying in the 125 range for now. It did drop down to 120. I did add to my Cardano position there. I mean, look at that. It's nice, strong support. I have no problem buying a strong project on support. So I think we'll see this continue to run at some point because it's just not dipping as hard as a lot of the other cryptos. It's still holding up pretty decently. Cosmos Atom did get below that $12 range. Currently coming back up and testing it. Before when I was saying when it was down here and I was saying $10 is too cheap, I think that is going to continue to apply because as soon as we touched 11, this got bought right up. 11 is probably too cheap for Cosmos Atom too. So we're seeing that from other investors that they're willing to buy this above $10 and they'll eat it up below $10. So that's a good sign there. Polygon MATIC still going down. It's just rolling down. Broke through $1. Did hold up this 90 cent, 88 cent area where it held up back here. So we need to see that continue to hold. If it drops any lower, Polygon will come back down to 60 cents. But it is close to where if it broke this downtrend, the 200-day moving average is now at 115. We could see it break back to the upside. It's all a boiling point right now. Shiba got below the uptrend, pulled back up, and is currently getting rejected off of the uptrend. So it needs to get back above that uptrend to continue its upward momentum. Not really much for top gainers today. OGN got a little pop. It's up 10%, but moving from 67 to all the way up to 84, so that's actually not too bad of a move, but it did break back above the 200, so that is one crypto showing a little bit of strength here on the 4-hour chart. Could be one to keep an eye on, as it could start to make some more moves back up to $1. I haven't talked about Doge in a little while, because Doge, the last time I mentioned it, I said it was more than likely going to continue to sell off. And that's what we're seeing happening. I mean, it's all the way down under 20 cents. Maybe that's where it's going to stop, but I don't know. A lot of the meme investors were in the stock market for the last little bit, but now a lot of them are starting to realize that AMC was not all cracked out to what they thought it was going to be. So maybe we'll see the meme coins or the meme investors come back into meme coins, and that could push Doge. But I have been hearing about baby Doge and Shiba Inu, the Doge killer. So there's a lot of other meme coins aimed at taking hype from Dogecoin. If Dogecoin can become a legit project, then that wouldn't matter. But to my knowledge, I've not seen anything yet that it is becoming a legit project. So if you know something about Doge that I don't know, please leave it in the comments and let me know and correct me if I say anything wrong about it. But I'm real skeptical of Doge, especially because it just hasn't shown any strength. I mean, the volume down here on the chart, nobody's buying it or selling it. It's just slowly just dwindling off, which is what usually happens with meme coins. They usually go back to the lower levels that they were at before they had the big hype run. Dogecoin may be a little different. It's been around for a long time. It is on a lot of exchanges though, so we'll see what happens with it. Overall, I do think we are going to see the stock market have that pullback, that big correction here soon. And I do really think a good bit of money is going to come from that back into cryptos, into the strong projects. And we will see a hotter crypto market the rest of this year. But that all depends right now when the stock market is going to actually correct. Even though it pulled back today, the Feds can continually pump their money into it and hold it up. Nobody knows how long they can do that for. All of us who are bearish on the overall stock market are saying that it can't be much longer. So I mean, it's been straight up since COVID. And because we're finally seeing a difference between stocks and cryptos in the charts, I definitely think we could see that mentality of a lot of investors going, oh, cryptos are down right now. Let me move my money over there while the stock market is crashing. And then they'll ride the crypto markets back up and buy back in the stocks cheap. That's the ideal situation that we want to see happen. That would be the ideal situation for me, because that's exactly what I would do. So I just imagine there's other people out there who are thinking that same way. And I think there will be enough of it to cause a difference in the crypto market. It may not happen tomorrow, it may not happen next week. It may be next month before we see any type of change. But I do think we are going to see a very dynamic change come. And I still think, if you've been following me for a little while, I still think Ethereum is going to eventually overtake Bitcoin and be the front runner of all the crypto markets. But if there's any coins that I'm not currently covering on a weekly basis that you'd like me to cover, leave them in the comments below. And let me know your thoughts on the coins that I am covering and the overall state of the crypto markets. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.